And we have to say, out of all the fat burners out of the lineup, we actually have to say it is probably the most loaded. Live here at the Fitness Forum headquarters. Well, we're not live, it's recorded video. Anyways, we're about to do a review. We're looking at Blaze from Core Nutritionals. Blaze has an extensive line of fat burning products. I can think of 5 off the top of my head. They have so many that we've actually done articles explaining the differences between them. Be sure to check out those articles on our website. But today we have a review on Blaze. This is their stim-based capsule form fat burning supplement, and it's quite the profile. Core always knows how to make some good products, and this one is no different. We will get into why. So let's go over the profile. Well, there's no taste or mixability. I was about to say that. The effectiveness and the value, and let you know how we liked it. Let's go. Starting off with the profile, we have acetyl carnitine, Alcar, as we like to call it here. This is our favorite form of carnitine. This actually acts as a nootropic. It does cross the blood-brain barrier very well. Carnitine does help your body transport fatty acids, also be used as energy. That's usually why people add it. We see it as more of a nootropic ingredient. It still has a lot of health benefits, and of course, the brain benefits are awesome as well. Next up, we have black cumin extract. This actually has some research showing it to help with weight loss when paired with a sensible diet, of course. But there is some interesting research behind it. Be sure to check out the written portion. We have a link to a study on there. You are getting a full gram of it, and that is a solid dose. Next up, we have schisandra extract at 500 milligrams at a 9% standardization. This has a lot of health benefits, blood sugar, stuff like that, but it also helps against adipogenesis, so it helps prevent the accumulation of fat. And 500 milligrams is a solid dose. Next up, we have cowlurpa extract at a 50% standardization for sodium alginate at 400 milligrams. This can also help against adipogenesis. So kind of the goal of Blaze, as far as we can tell, is to help your body, or to help your body prevent the accumulation of fat. Solid ingredient, those 3 past ingredients all kind of work in that same way. So solid, interesting ingredients right there. You don't see those, the last 3, the black cumin, the schisandra, and the cowlurpa in many other products. So I thought that was interesting. Core really knows how to use interesting ingredients over there. Like we went over the serum, that one has a Sinitrol X Pure. Never heard of it, but Core pulled it and used it, and it's an effective product. Anyway, back to Blaze. Next up, we have caffeine anhydrous. We all know what caffeine does. Caffeine is very popular in fat burners, obviously, because it not only does it help with energy, it can suppress your appetite, it can also help with metabolism. You get 250 milligrams in here, which is under the 300 milligram average that you see in pre-workouts and fat burners these days. So we like to see it definitely enough to give you a solid boost. So good job there. Next up, we have Bacopa. 250 milligrams at a 50% standardization. Bacopa is a very popular ingredient in nootropics, very popular ingredient from Ayurvedic medicine, and you get a solid dose in here. Love this. A focus aspect to a fat burner is always welcome. Next up, we have theobromine at 100 milligrams. This is a xanthan, just like caffeine. It can help with energy, just not as strong as caffeine. Also doesn't raise any blood pressure, so good job there, 100 milligrams of solid dose. Next up, we have a very interesting one. We have Glucovantage dihydroberberine. Other people call it super berberine. Glucovantage is from NNB Nutrition. To put it simply, is a very popular ingredient in glucose disposal agents. It can help with blood sugar levels, and it's gonna help your body utilize carbs more efficiently. Healthy blood sugar levels are certainly a big part of weight loss, so it's good to see that in here at a clinical dose of 100 milligrams. Next, we have Advantra-Z, bitter orange extract. This is a source of synephrine. Synephrine is a very, very mild beta agonist and has been shown in studies to help with fat loss, especially when paired with caffeine. Very safe, and you're getting not an over-the-top dose, but a decent dose in here. You get 75 milligrams. Next up, we have Capsimax. This is a source of capsaicinoids. Think cayenne pepper. This is gonna help with thermogenesis. You're certainly gonna feel the heat from this one. And finally, we have yohimbine hydrochloride. It's usually stacked with caffeine to help with thermogenesis. It can actually cause quite a bit of anxiety and jitters in some people, so be wary on that. If you cannot handle yohimbine, you might want to steer clear of this one. 2 milligrams for a beginner is going to be quite a bit, but if you have the tolerance for it, you can handle that no problem. Still nice to see at a solid dose. So overall, Blaze has a very well-rounded, awesome profile. And we have to say, out of all the fat burners out of the lineup, we actually have to say it is probably the most loaded. All, of course, fat burners are awesome, but in terms of being the most loaded, this, along with probably Sear, seem to be the most loaded ones that we can point at. Nothing's really underdosed in here. They use some interesting ingredients in here, but they also use some very proven ones. And it takes a different approach to fat loss than some others. Some go for straight the anti-cortisol route. Some go for simply loading up on stimulants and increasing your cortisol levels. This one goes for helping your body utilize carbs, preventing your body from accumulating fat, and also giving you the traditional stuff that you'd want, which are, energy, appetite suppression, as well as thermogenesis. Anyways, enough of me ranting. Let's get on to the effectiveness. Did it work? Let's find out. So we loved our experience with Blaze here on Fitness Informant. We like to break up fat burning, the effectiveness, into 3 separate categories: energy, appetite suppression, as well as thermogenesis. Starting off with energy, the energy in Blaze was really good, not over the top, but enough to keep you going for hours. We actually even liked it as a pre-workout sometimes. Taking this with the pump product, you would get some great workouts in with some extra sweat. We'll get into that. And yeah, energy certainly there, certainly a good way to start your day. Again, not overpowering. If you are sensitive to yohimbine, which we aren't these days really, it might hit you a little bit harder, but nothing that you can't gain a tolerance to. As for the appetite suppression, that is really good in Blaze. It doesn't necessarily crush your appetite where you can look at food and feel nauseous. That is one negative aspect to some fat burners. They crush your appetite so much that you actually look at food and feel sickened by it, or even the thought of it. This one, no. You simply have some very solid control throughout the day, or for many hours after you take Blaze. Instead of crushing your appetite, it gives you complete control. It's one of the best that we've experienced in that regard. So it does a good job there. And thermogenesis, that is also there. You have synephrine, yohimbine, and the Capsimax. You certainly notice it. You do build up in sweat. Obviously, you do gain a tolerance to that thermogenic feel over time, but Blaze certainly did deliver on it. You do, especially when you work out, you just notice that you start to sweat even after just a couple sets. That's kind of like what me and Ryan both agreed on. Of course, the excess sweating could be made stronger if there was maybe some GPB in there, but you don't necessarily need that anyway. So yeah, thermogenic feel, certainly there on par with many others. Not the strongest we've ever had, but certainly there. Helps with your appetite, helps with the thermogenic feel, and the energy is solid. Some people say, well, did you lose fat on it? Fat loss is always about the diet. So this simply made the dieting a lot easier with, of course, providing you energy. Energy levels are usually lower on a lower calorie diet, and it took away any cravings that we may have experienced. So it gets a good grade from us. Now let's get to value. You can get a bottle of Blaze for $50 directly from the Core Nutritionals website. Coupon code Informant saves you 20% off. You get 28 servings in this bottle. So about $40 per bottle. This is a very fair price for this, especially with all the ingredients you're getting. Even the Glucovantage is in here. The awesome dose of black cumin, the acetyl L-carnitine is nice too. You're getting everything that a traditional fat burner has and some more, especially once again, the Glucovantage, the black cumin, the Schisandra, and the Calorpa. This is certainly one where you can say you get what you pay for. And $40 is certainly a very reasonable price, and that is on par with many other products out there. So overall, Blaze is solid. It has its own way of helping your body burn fat. It helps against fat accumulation. It can help with blood sugar levels. It can help with appetite suppression. It certainly helps with energy, and thermogenic feel is there as well. Effectiveness, we absolutely loved it. Effectiveness is there. You just have to be willing to make sure that your diet is in check, and it will simply make the process a lot easier. And of course, once again, the value is more than fair. You're getting what you pay for, and it's priced very competitively, on par with many other fat burners out there, and you're getting more than a lot of these other ones anyway. You kind of expect that from Core Nutritionals as it is. For more info on Blaze, be sure to check out the written portion of this review on our website. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on IG and Facebook.